Have you ever wondered what it is that's keeping you from making the income that you desire? You know, the income that will give you what you say you want, what you dream of, more freedom, more time, more impact, creating change in people's lives. Do you have a dream of living a life that is beyond extraordinary? And do you know exactly what that means for you? Have you ever noticed how many conscious creators feel deeply called to their work? And maybe this is you. You feel called to teach or to write, to guide, to create transformation. You believe in your purpose. You believe in consciousness. You believe in helping people and personal transformation and helping other people reach their highest potential and live amazing lives. And yet, so many pursuing purpose-driven paths are still struggling financially. I see it all the time. And it's not because their work lacks value, and it's not because their message doesn't matter. It's because something inside of them keeps them from taking the big leap. Maybe you've heard about it, or maybe you yourself have bumped up against it. Chances are, if you're an entrepreneur or a solopreneur, you have encountered your own limited ceiling. Yep. I want to go here with you today because if you're seeing this video, it isn't by chance. Something inside you is calling you forward. I'm Andrea Arena, founder of the Energetic Ad Lab and creator of From Purpose to Profit. And I often witness one or more of the following reasons that purpose-driven entrepreneurs don't meet the level of income that they desire in their business. There's a concept in the book, The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks called the upper limit problem. The idea is that each of us has an internal limit to how much success, abundance, or happiness we allow ourselves to experience. When we begin to move beyond that level, something inside quietly pulls us back. For conscious creators and those that I often see in spiritual spaces, or people just doing work that they feel deeply called to do, that often looks like undercharging or not charging at all, unclear offers, hesitation around selling, staying in the work but not building the business, or fear that if they ask too much, they will be perceived as greedy or not spiritual. I would say that all conscious creators believe in abundance and prosperity, but they've also absorbed ideas like money isn't spiritual, so don't focus on it, or selling feels misaligned, or purpose should come before profit, or worse, your gift should be given freely. And so they stay committed to their message, but they never fully allow it to become a real business that supports the life that they want. So why don't we take the big leap? Why don't we allow a generous exchange for the work that we feel called to do? Well, let's take a moment and focus on why. Why do we even feel called to do the work that we do in this world? And then we will look at the reasons that we don't take that big leap in our business. And when we don't take that leap, our purpose-driven business just can't support us generously in the way that we most desire. So I would guess that everyone listening to me right now desires to feel that deep sense of purpose in what they do. You desire freedom, or better said, the resources available to you to live the life that supports you fully and gives you true freedom. Another desire most people in our space, the conscious and wellness space, have is whether they are creating art or healing or writing books, is that they want to leave the world a better place. They want more for those they love and the people they encounter in their day-to-day lives. They want to leave a legacy for the world. And finally, and maybe most importantly, they want income. They want to live a generous life, and they want to have money to support that life and the causes that they feel passionate about. At the end of every day, purpose-driven creators want to get paid to do the work that they feel called to do, because many have left corporate jobs or other career paths that have brought them income, but not the impact nor a generous return for the energy that they're putting forth in the world. Yet something keeps them standing at this fork in the road. I myself just experienced this exact moment. Last week, I was in a 5-day business intensive, and by midweek, I found myself incredibly uncomfortable. By the end of the week, I realized that I had hit an upper limit, my own upper limit, and that it was making it incredibly difficult to take the next step, a step which I desperately wanted to take. With my work with entrepreneurs and looking inward, I have found that there are basically 7 reasons that we don't take the leap or the next big step forward. Number 1 is comfort. Comfort is so hard to leave. Even if it isn't perfect, at least it's predictable. And more important, it's safe. And our biological brains are hardwired to keep us safe at all costs. Most of us want to live a life that is beyond extraordinary, and we are already comfortable. So many of us already have these lives. Some of them are really great lives. So moving from great to beyond extraordinary is very difficult. And the thing that's keeping you from that move is the fact that you're already living a great life. 2, identity. There's an identity lag. People still see themselves as who they were yesterday or who they used to be. So everything gets filtered through a past experience. Fear and disappointment becomes the feeling you have to confront to get through this barrier. Maybe things didn't work out for you. Maybe there was a gap now that was created because of that between who you are now and who you were. This is often one of the biggest gaps in life that there is, the gap between who you are and who you are allowing yourself to become and who you were. Number 3, I love this one. It's freedom and success. Freedom can feel so terrifying, right? Because too much freedom means taking radical responsibility for your own growth and the outcomes in your life. But then on the other side of the coin, success is the fear of perhaps losing the freedom that you think you already have. So not trusting that you don't have to do more to have more. Therefore, sometimes we don't pursue success because we're afraid it will cost us our freedom or force us to own the freedom that we say that we want. Number 4, past failures, disappointment, shame and blame, and judgment keeps you rooted in place. Maybe you subconsciously believe past attempts define future outcomes, and those perceived failures had shame and blame and judgment attached to them, but you've placed it on yourself because your past failures are not proof that you can't succeed. They're proof of your courage, your desire, and your commitment. Number 5, many people carry quiet guilt or shame for everything. Taking radical responsibility for our lives does not mean blaming ourselves for everything that went wrong in our lives. How you perceive anything and the meaning that you attach to it is how you will experience it. Over and over again, let it go. Self-forgiveness is perhaps the most important forgiveness that we can have. And sometimes the biggest thing holding us back isn't strategy, it's self-forgiveness. Number 6, I love this one because it's something that we can control immediately. Our environment. People often try to grow in environments that keep them small. We truly are the sum of the 5 people that we surround ourselves with every day. Put yourself in rooms that require you to grow, to reach or stretch. You do not want to be the smartest person in the room that you're standing in. Growth rarely happens in isolations. It happens in the right rooms with the right people. And finally, number 7 is courage. Courage versus clarity. Many people say they need clarity, but what they really need is courage. Taking a big leap requires both, but courage is what allows you to take those steps towards your dream life and the ideal outcome. Once you're moving forward, the clarity often follows. Taking a big leap isn't often strategy, or it's rarely about knowing enough. It's about permission. Permission to believe that your dream is possible for you and that sometimes you need to take that big leap to set it in motion. Your purpose was always meant to become a life that supports you financially, emotionally, energetically, and effortlessly. For many conscious creators, the leap comes with this one simple shift: the decision to turn a calling, a purpose, into profit. Does this resonate? Have you taken the big leap to create a clear offer and put it in the world for the work that you feel called to do? Because when your calling becomes a clear offer, it becomes something that people can say yes to. That's how purpose becomes profit. The truth is, most conscious creators, they don't lack, it's not that they don't have a vision, they do. And it's not that they don't have heart, they don't lack purpose. What they lack is the moment when they finally say, I'm ready to allow this work to support my life. And that moment is the big leap. I would love to hear your takeaways in the comments. As always, thanks for sticking with me. If your calling is pulling you forward, I am taking a limited group of purpose-driven creators into a week-long acceleration. Our next dates and the link to learn more and apply are in the comments below. If it's time to take your life to the next level and live beyond extraordinary, join me in my next From Purpose to Profit acceleration. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As always, it's an honor, an absolute honor to be here and create with you. Thank you.